back again, episode 49 of Eat Time. How's it going, everybody? He's dead to the world.
I am dead to the world.
He is dead to the world. Anyway, a lot of news happening. Like always, the week's leaks are going to be happening with big ol' Altmile, the pain in our ass Altmile. We're going to be talking about him. Some stuff regarding regionals and maybe some other stuff if we remember. Yeah. But starting this episode off like always, let's go right ahead into the week's leaks. And ooh boy, did we start on a big note. I did not see that coming. We actually got an order leak.
A rare order.
A grade 3 rare order. Tactics of Knowledge, Stout Arm Chapter. I didn't see this coming. It's a grade 3 order. Cost. Cannabis 3, Soul Blast 3, draw 3 cards, and 3 of your front row units get pinky until the end of turn. It's honestly not a bad thing when you put it all on paper, but it's a very big cost.
I mean, technically +2 to hand can give your 3 unit power.
No, you replace itself and +2.
So I said +2.
Okay, yeah.
So, but problem is the cost.
The resources. Not a lot of decks can easily go Cannabis 3, Soul Blast 3 and say, okay, I'm fine now. Because a lot of decks kind of rely on that Cannabis resource, that Soul Blast resource. Especially if you consider where this is coming in. It's coming in the Try 3 booster.
Yeah.
The, new next stage. Gear Chronicle. Do they Cannabis a lot?
No, but they do kind of use it.
Exactly. Neonectar. Do they Cannabis a lot? I think a decent amount, depending.
Depends on what they're doing.
Depends. Madison will answer that question later. Altmile?
Yeah, they Cannabis a lot.
You can't run this at all. I'm sorry, you cannot.
I mean, they want to Counterblast, but the Soul Blast is the problem.
We use Soul way too much, and it's way too important as a resource. Next to the order, we did get to see a Neonectar leak. Yay! Maybe it is for Neonectar. Maiden of Dream Shower. Auto rearguard when placed. If your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, cost Cannabis 1, and all of your token units on rearguard get power 10k until the end of turn. Not a bad card, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, buffs all your tokens, which is good.
I mean, the fact that it's a grade 3 or greater implies that it's also made for premium.
Yeah, this in premium is stupid. Just token rush, call it a Katrina out of your deck, and then buff all the token you just made when it comes out.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Finally get to see the boy from the trial deck, Lunar Crescent Knight Felix. He finally showed up. He has a very good skill that we're also going to talk about with a grade 2 later.
He's got those abs.
And this is where the Soul Blast kind of thing comes into play.
Those abs.
Auto Vanguard Rearguard. When it attacks or boosts, cost Soul Blast when return a Rearguard in another column to your hand. This is all part of the cost. And this unit gets power 5k until the end of that battle. Honestly, not too bad of a card. Like if you have a grade 3 or a grade 1 on board that you don't need, you can bounce it a hand. If you have a grade 2 on your board that you want in your hand, you can bounce it a hand. Like it's not bad. When did Royals become Bermuda though?
Those abs.
Anyway, moving on to the stream. With Felix came the stream, and the stream showed us more abs.
More abs.
More abs. And we're like always, we're gonna go from the bottom up. And this is where the whole bouncing thing again comes in play. Connor Offensive Knight Solomon's back. More abs and more bouncing.
Insertion.
Yeah, no kidding. Auto Vanguard. When placed, look at 7 cards from the top of your deck. Call up to 1 card with Altmile its card name, 2 Rearguard, and shuffle your deck. Its other ability is Auto Vanguard Rearguard. When it attacks, cost Soul Blast 1, return a Rearguard in another column to your hand, and this unit gets power 5k until the end of battle. So he's like Felix, but better. Better.
If you've already seen the video, you already know how this plays out.
I mean, you ride it on Vanguard, you look at top 7, you find an Altmile, either or, because we're going to cover the other one now. You call it the Rearguard, and then you probably swing with the Altmile first. And then you use him to bounce the Altmile to your hand. Hey, look, you got a grade 3 now.
Deck winning.
Deck winning. Anyway, Altmile. Aerial, Divine Knight, Altmile.
Can we just say it would be confirmed earlier when we were talking about how there's going to be grade 3s.
What?
What?
Be loud.
Yeah, we pretty much confirmed that, they're going to be grade 3s. They're not going to be strides anymore. I mean, it was kind of obvious. But
yes, we have confirmed they're not going to be strides anymore. But we know the next stage is probably going to be a grade 4.
Oh, it's still. Otherwise, we wouldn't play with the gimmick of the deck.
I'm also still banking on the fact that Asha might be a grade 4 from all the cards that say grade 3 or greater.
I doubt it.
I can see it. I doubt it. I agree with you, but I can see it.
I think they just want to not, piss off their premium fan base.
Oh, you know if Asha becomes a grade 4, almost everybody in Black Rose's group is going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Anywho, Herald of Altmile. He's been sitting there for a while. Has 2 abilities. Has the Force Marker, thankfully, as well. Continuous Vanguard. If you have no face-up cards in your damage zone, all of your grade 2 units get power 10k, shield 5k, and if your soul has a card with an Altmile in its card name, those units get critical +1. His other ability is Act Vanguard once per turn, costs Counter +1, Soul +1, call up to 1 grade 2 each from your deck and drops them to your rear guard and shuffle your deck. Now there's a big thing of note here with his first continuous ability. It doesn't say all your grade 2 on rear guard, it just says all your grade 2s. That includes the grade 2s on your rear guards, in your damage zone, in your hand, and in your deck. Hand and rear guards mostly matter, but still, my point stands.
Yeah.
And drops.
Yeah. If you're like this guy and try to throttle the Pongos to slow charge an Altmile,
Hey, there is no...
You could theoretically get the crit right away on grade 3.
There is no theoretically, it's possible. Like Vanguard Insider said, there's a Pongo engine, there's another grade 2 that Counter +1 and soul charges. It is possible to get lucky and soul charge that Altmile and have it active on your first grade 3. You just gotta get lucky.
But the card's pretty strong, especially if in late game, if you already have 1 in soul and you ride it, you can just literally say, I don't have a board, I'm gonna Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, make a board or all double critical, and 20k double critical rear guards.
And we already saw Violinus, and we see how this thing can actually combo with Violinus beautifully. Because Violinus not only gives your grade 2s boost, but also can intercept from the back row. So you have no face-up damage, you have a full board of grade 2s. Those columns, the grade 2s are 10k bases, are basically 40k columns on their own.
I think the only thing that's holding the deck back right now is a way to haul out a deck just from place, not from hand.
Yeah, the grade 2 from the trial deck is from hand, and this guy does call straight to the board, so you gotta kind of combo stuff off. We found that Akane is a good card to put in, because you can kind of go Cannabis on Soul on, call the Akane. Akane works on place, Cannabis on, call the Pongo, and maybe get a lucky Soul Charge of Altmile.
I mean, you could use the Mithril guy from the first set, Q4.
You could, but then you got a Soul Charge problem.
Yeah, you got a Soul Blasting problem, and then you also have a power problem with the 9k base.
I mean, 9k base here and there. In the videos, if you guys saw, I run a 15k shield grade 2 if you have 4 or more damage. That's a 9k base. I don't care too much about that 1k power as long as I have a 20k interceptor in my back row.
But we do have a lot more cards from the set to see, so we could get one that just calls.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah.
Moving on. Haha, gear leaks. I'll let you handle these.
I don't know how to feel about these. I mean, depending on how they make the stuff, because obviously what they did with Fang is how they're wanting to treat all of Gear Chronicle now.
Instead of going to bind, they're going to ditch.
Yeah, it's becoming a discard deck. I don't know how I feel about it because a lot of these are straight hard minuses with no real upside to it.
There are upsides, but it depends on what you consider a upside. Like, when you cover them, I'll give an example.
We'll start with the grade 1. It's 8k grade 1, auto rear guard.
Boy, name!
Steam Rider Lubaba. Auto rear guard when it boosts. If you have a grade 4 Vanguard, draw a card, discard a card. It cycles out.
I mean, look at it this way. You can plus with the Tiger. You boost, you ditch a grade 1 Tiger, you draw a card, you can plus when you call the grade 1 Tiger, and you draw a card.
That grade 1 Tiger is probably becoming more and more of a staple for all of your Chronicle now, not just for Fang.
I mean, he draws your card on the beginning of your right phase, and anytime he's ditched, you can plus one, call in the rear guard, and draw a card. He's just generically good.
Next one is a grade 2 Steam Breaker.
Narumania.
Thank you. 10k grade 2 common auto rear guard. When it attacks, cost discard cards whose total grades equal 3 or more. And this unit gets power plus 15.
Basically, it says discard a grade 3, or discard a grade 2 that counts as a grade 3, or discard a grade 1 that counts as a grade 3.
Flavorfully, though, I mean, if you think about it, it becomes a 25k attacker.
Mm-hmm.
You would pay the stride cost to make a rear guard become a stride.
You're not wrong. I mean, it's a beat stick. Like, this is where I'm talking about the whole minus to plus.
Yeah.
Granted, you do minus a card from hand, but you gain 15k. That could matter.
But this one could be even more than 1 card from hand. This could be like 2 or 3 cards from hand to minus, depending, because it has to be equal in grades.
Well, yeah, that's if you don't have a grade 3. But then you ditch 3 tigers and counterblast 3 and draw 3.
It's common for a reason.
Yeah.
Back to more almost support.
This card came in clutch. As many of you probably saw, we kind of struggled with Altmile. We kind of struggled.
This is the first time in our videos that we had to go through so many takes just to show off the new cards.
It's not that we didn't think the game. Some games were bad. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
Most of them, like 90% of them, the new grade 3 Altmile just didn't want to show. It's kind of pointless to post a video of a new card if you don't use a new card.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a VR. Like, I can understand if it's like a grade 2.
Yeah.
By the way, you never use stroke.
I
But if it's a big VR like Altmile, it's kind of pointless to post a video. But continuing on, this came in clutch because then the day we did record and post the video, we used this. Laurel Knight Silicus. He's back, and he is, as everybody predicted, the grade 3 searcher as Shadows have, as Murakami has, as Aquaforce have.
He's a Mighty Bone clone.
There you go, thank you. I mean, he's also a Brendan clone. Like, all 3 of them came at the same time, so you can't... I agree with you. But his 5k ability, like all of them, is also different depending on the deck. For him, it's continuous Vanguard Rigor during your turn. If you have no face-up cards in your damage zone, this unit gets 5k power. And then, of course, the other ability, Auto Vanguard Rigor, when placed. Look at the top 5. Reveal a grade 3, put a hand, and if you put a card in hand, ditch a card.
So the fun part about this card is the fact that if you're going second, you're more likely to have no damage. Yep. So no damage is no face-up damage. So he automatically gets the +5, so it's 13k Vanguard.
Just straight up 13k. I mean, the only time you will have damage if you go against Novas and they're building a nice rush deck.
Oh yeah, if they use Custom Riser on you.
Yeah. Man, I might just build a Novas deck with Custom Riser and just have fun. Anyway, the other card that got leaked with him is Bright Light Knight Crioda. I tested her out in the deck, and in some gameplays I did use her. Unfortunately, in the gameplay we posted, I didn't, because no face up. But she is a really good card because her ability is Auto Rearguard when placed. If you have 5 or more units, cost Counterblast 1 and draw a card. Straight up replaces herself. It's honestly not a bad card. It just straight up busts and Counterblast, which Altmile wants.
Yeah.
The promos.
So, as of today...
Okay, before you do that, please leave in the comments below an answer, because technically I could have researched this and find out, but I was a little bit preoccupied. Please tell me, what is this stream happening on a Friday? With the whole Owl Sensei, I guess? I have no clue what that is. Please someone let me know, because they're showing leaks on Fridays now. For example, these promos.
Yep. Do you just want to go one after the other?
I'll go first and you go second. Change.
Alternate.
Alright, first promo. Gerber Musketeer Paulette. Continuous rigor. During the battle that it boosted a token unit whose original power is 10k or more, this unit gets power 10k. It's an interesting grade 1. I saw one comment somewhere, props to the guy who commented. It's a Musketeer that doesn't work with Musketeer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because this is made for Arborist Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
This is specifically made for Arboros, because you're not going to have original power tokens of 10k unless you play Arboros.
Fun note though is if you're going Force 2 with Arboros, this takes
Oh.
the token becomes a 28.
Oh. No, this still doesn't work because you can't boost the Bishop Fairy tokens.
No. But like you said, an Arpro, so because if you do just like a regular plant token, so this is 8k base, right? So say you have a Force 2 on it, boosted with this is 28k double critical. I think it's pretty good.
I mean, for Arpros it's amazing, but like someone said, it's a Musketeer that doesn't go into Musketeer. Anyway, here we go.
On next, Memodral Dragon. Gear Chronicle. It is a grade 2, right? Yes, grade 2, 10k. Auto Rear Guard. When your Vanguard is placed, this unit gets power +5 until the end of turn. Then, if your Vanguard is grade 4, costs counterblast 1, and this unit gets critical +1 until the end of turn.
So do you want to share your big theory about this card?
I mean, this is really heavy leaning toward, we already know that next stage is going to rewrite Jet from your soul after the battle.
I mean, if next stage is anything like next stage, which is probably is going to be, I don't see them reworking a big card like that. It's going to rewrite a Chrono Jet from your soul technically, as ride and let you attack with it. Because otherwise, why would Chrono Jet have a Vanguard Rear Guard Counterblast 1 skill?
But
it really doesn't make sense.
The cool thing about this is it's not once per turn. So say you went grade 2, you have this on Rear Guard, your opponent does nothing, they stay there. You ride Vanguard, he gets power +5.
Correct.
You use skill, you get next stage, it gets another +5, and then gets a crit.
If you Counterblast.
So
correct.
yes, and you Counterblast. Then you use a skill, rewrite Jet, skill, gets another +5, it's 15k, so it goes 25k double critical.
Pretty much.
For 1 Counterblast. I think it's pretty good.
But we'll see when next stage comes out, and there is hopefully the way YouTube works and timing and timey-wimey things.
We already know the next stage is going to do more than likely by this point.
Yeah, this video is going to come out after the episode, and everybody saw the episode. So by that time, we know what next stage happened. If it's really, really big, I'm going to stop it here. Hi, Philip in post editing here, and we did in fact see next stage in the episode. And as we predicted, he does rewrite Chrono Jet from your soul. But also what we saw in the episode was that, in fact, next stage might be giving Chrono Jet an extra 15k power. Now this is all speculations, and we're going to get all the official effects when the card gets leaked. But at least now this little bit is here, and we can continue to the video. And yeah, that's what next stage does. Yay. Otherwise, it just looked like a fool after editing. Anyway. But yeah, next stage, we'll see how that does, and when the next stage officially gets leaked, we will showcase him. But moving on into the promos, we got Dual Blades of Unnatural Death, Acrity. He is a Link Joker, grade 1.
It's neat that they're giving Link Joker some,
I mean, it's gonna get supported soon.
Exactly, but, give it now.
I mean, you're seeing all the card promos for not only this set that's coming out, but also set that's coming out.
Fair enough.
He's a fun card. Auto Rear Guard. When placed, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, cost Soul Blast 1, look at 7 cards from the top of your deck, put up to 1 grade 3 card from among them on Rear Guard as a lock card, and shuffle your deck. It's Link Joker. It is completely Link Joker in the sense of it can be used really good with Messiah. There's 2 problems I have with it in the sense of optimizing with Messiah. You're calling a grade 3 card to the board as locked. You're most likely calling it in the front row, because unless we get some sort of grade 3 skip boost from the back row, he's useless in the back row. You're minimizing your grade 3 counts, which for the guy that when he's unlocked, Counterblast 1, look at the real top card, and if it's a grade 3 you can stand your Vanguard. You're minimizing those chances. Not only that, he's also on play Soul Blast, and Soul Blast currently in Messiah is a problem.
I will say there's a word of text in here that discerns me.
Which is?
So look at the top
7?
The cards of your deck. Search out the 1 grade 3 or greater card from among them.
I mean, everything says a grade 3 or greater. Oh. Why would you search a grade 3 or greater from your deck in Link Joker? Ooh, I like the implications of this.
Yeah, it's in your deck. It's not, this isn't for striding. This is going into your deck.
What if you have a Valkyrion in your deck?
I mean, it'll get locked, and when it unlocks, it dies.
I mean, that thing is like.
I mean, if you really want to get that Brent Ranger on your card.
Oh yeah, it is Brent. You do have Brent.
Yeah, you have Brent, but why would you want to run this in Brent? Why would you want Brent Rangers out of your deck?
Don't ask me.
Well, we'll see when we get down that road. Next leak. Twin Order Auto Rear Guard. Is this?
It's a Nova Grappler grade 1 if I believe.
No, this is a Dimension Police.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's Force Markers.
Looks like Nova Grappler.
It looks like Nova Grappler, but Nova Grappler doesn't have force markers.
Ooh, never mind.
So this is a Dimension Police card. 20 order, auto rear guard. This is a grade 2, right?
I just said grade 1.
Grade 1, sorry, my bad. Auto rear guard, when it boosts, one of your vanguards gets power plus 10,000 in a turn for each of your force markers.
Really good in Dimension Plus, like really, really good. You can now. This is kind of almost justifies to run Force 2.
No, it really does justify it because now your force 2s are force 1s.
Yeah, but you still need that extra power. Unless you build a deck specifically to where you can hit those magic numbers even with Force 2. And you need to see him. If you don't see him, Force 2 is not gonna. Dimension Police people, David, let me know if this is a good card.
Look, the way I look at this is, it doesn't say it has to boost the vanguard.
When it boosts one of your Vanguard, yeah, correct. But why? You can swing with the grade 3 that gives the Vanguard extra drives.
And then you can have multiples of these on rear guards. So swing at this column, skill trigger 10 plus 10. Skill at this one, skill plus 10.
You still need to see it. That's my only issue. Like, if you don't see it,
yeah, don't get me wrong. But it is given an example of this. You can now not worry about force 1 markers.
Also, I love how I said a little while ago. I said, "Oh, these are all promos of the set upcoming and the next set and so on." And I'm like, "No, Nova Grappler's not waiting the next sets."
Yeah, it is.
No,
it's not.
Dimension Police Link Joker OTT Kaguro. Dimension Police OTT Kaguro Link Joker.
Yeah, so Dimension Police is there.
It's not Nova Grappler. We've been over this.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of Kaguro and promos, Burn Seer Dragon. Auto rearguard when your Vanguard stands due to your card's ability cost. Counter +1, discard a card from your hand, and this unit gets power 15 and critical 1 until the end of turn. So this is of course for the Overlord engine because Blade Master doesn't stand. So you can work with the original Overlord, it can work with the Great, and it can work twice with the end. Granted, you will minus 2 Cannon Blast and minus 2 cards from hand to get a 30 and 2 crit, but it's still 30 and 2 crit. Yes?
Well, I mean, I guess we're might be seeing Overlord in the next set. Along with more than likely,
or restanding Blade Master. Ziegenberg!
Oh no!
Ziegenberg!
Please no.
Yes, that's Ziegenberg!
It's more than likely Overlord.
Anyway, your go.
Battle Sister
Cassetta.
Grade 1, 8K. Auto rear guard, once per turn. When your drive check reveals a trigger unit, this unit gets power plus 10.
I mean, for Tsukuyomi and OTT, that's basically what all they do. But this just shows that OTT is going to be doing more, triggers on top of the deck's kind of bullshit. Like, Altmile has face down cards, Gearcronk has Ditch. OTT apparently is going to have triggers on top of decks.
Yep. They're always going to have that trigger.
Yep. Anyway, last two Royal Paladin links, I'll take care of these. And then we're going to talk about a bit of news, and then we're going to close there. Yeah. Knight of Grand Sheem Dignus. He is a very good card that Altmile honestly could use. Auto rearguard at the beginning of your main phase. This unit gets power 5k until the end of turn. Then if you have no face-up cards in your damage zone, countercharge 1. Probably one of the best counterchargers I've seen in Royal Paladins next to the Blaster Blade Grade 1.
Hector, if you're watching this, you finally got your good countercharger.
You can leave it on board in the back row. If you really need a Tainer set, you can use it with Violinist, but otherwise you leave it there. It comes to your turn, you have no face-up damage, he gains power, and he countercharges you for Altmile. Honestly, a really good card.
I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't want to run that.
Pretty much. The other grade 2 is Man. It is Esperance Arrow Dragon. Honestly, reminds me of Spirit Cross. But auto rearguard when placed
from hand.
Other than from hand. Until the end of turn, this unit gets power 5k and boost. Not a bad alternative if you don't have Violinist, honestly. But if you're playing Altmile specifically, you're most likely going to have Violinist. Now in Blaster Blade, I don't see it being played, so there you go.
I mean, it's pretty good if you keep intercepting with it and then bring it back with you Altmile.
Pretty much.
That's all I see it.
Anyway, that was the week's leaks with the nice extra promos. The last bit of news, I thought he did cover it, apparently he didn't. Last bit of quick news, I'm not going to go into the exact dates. If you want exact dates, go to the Springfest site on Bushiroad's official site. But, as most of you probably know, due to COVID-19, Atlanta has been canceled, as well as other locations.
All Sports Fest except for...
Not all. Germany is still on, Anaheim's still on. Some have been canceled. We'll not say all.
Okay, sorry. All but Anaheim. And,
Okay, you can't say that either because you don't know all. Here, we have the real thing here. Loading. You think we'd be prepared. Anyway, for North America and Latin America, USA, Illinois, Mexico City, Georgia, Ontario, and New York, Canada, Ontario, and New York have been cancelled due to, the coronavirus. For the European Union, the EU, UK was cancelled, France and Portugal, so Germany's still on with other locations. And for the, Atlantic, the Philippines, the Indonesia, and Australia, Sydney have all been cancelled. Shop challenges have also changed to where Bushiroad advises shops to not hold shop challenges, basically.
it's shop's discretion.
Yeah, and then regarding your little promo shop challenge cards, which you turn in for markers, they have also made official statements about that. You can go check it out on their official website. I'm going to leave a link down below to that if you want to know more about that.
Also, some other news. Also, products are going to be being delayed. As of right now, the Colorful Pastel Supply gift set has been delayed.
Astropulse is still scheduled to be on time, but the trial decks and stuff beyond that is now up in the air and it might get delayed.
Depending on how far this whole situation is.
Pretty much. Alright.
Sorry, Madison.
Yeah, we are sad for you. Anywho, you got anything else?
I'm good.
Alright. That was episode 49. We kind of rushed it there at the end because we want to keep it under 30 minutes like always. If you have, like I said, please let me know what the hell this thing on Friday streams is. Something new or whatever. Leave it down there in the comments below.
And I guess we'll see you next week with Next Stage.
Yep. Like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to us if you want to see more, and ring that bell to get notified. Follow us on Facebook even. Oh, also, quick. I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning as well. But we made another Google Drive for deck lists that we use in recording. They're going to be decks with the clan name and the specific archetype, as well as the date when it was last updated. If you want to see that, all the links to that are going to be in this video and in videos to follow. So go check that out for any deck lists that we use on the video if you ever have questions. So yeah. Other than that, as always, I've been Philip.
This is out.
And stay safe and stay healthy and stay indoors. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye, toilet paper.
Woo! I will give you that. That was probably one of the best jokes you've ever had on this channel.